More and more with the penalties through the legislature, they have been increasing to include mandatory minimum sentences.
Right now on Sunrise 7, find out how long you could get in prison if you decide to get behind the wheel impaired this holiday.
And if you're going to be driving on this holiday, we do still have a couple snow showers possible this morning. Find out where and how quickly those temperatures will cool off after today.
A man was found unresponsive in police custody in Dane County. We'll give you the latest details in the investigation. And from fireworks, events, and more, New Year's Eve was a busy one. We show what happened across the country and right here in the state as we celebrate a new year.
Live, local, first. You're waking up with Sunrise 7.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Chandler alongside Spencer. Now Spencer, we got some precipitation that's making some of our roads slick. So what can people expect? The Wisconsin Department of Justice is investigating an incident at the Dane County Jail. According to the DOJ, Madison police were responding to a report of a stolen car just before 8:30 Monday night. Officers tracked down an adult male and took him into custody. Medical crews responded to the scene to evaluate him and take him to the jail. After getting to the jail, the man became unresponsive. He was taken to a hospital and is still there. All officers involved are on administrative leave per agency policy. No weapons were fired during the incident. A grant to improve security at Abundant Life Christian School in Madison after a deadly school shooting is being pulled. The $8,000 grant was coming from the 1 in 5 Foundation for Kids. The foundation was formerly known as the Uvalde Foundation for Kids. The grant would have helped install metal detectors and increase other security measures. Foundation officials say the funding is being pulled because school officials failed to respond. The foundation's founder released a statement saying, quote, "While the community rightfully mourns, we sought to learn what measures the school intends to implement to ensure student safety. That request was ignored. We offered to aid in providing additional security measures. That was ignored. Simply baffling," end quote. It's a new year with new laws on the books. Dozens of federal and state statutes and directives take effect today, impacting millions of people. One allows some seniors to pay less for medication. Medicare out-of-pocket prescription costs are now capped at $2,000 a year. The minimum wage is higher in more than 20 states starting today, and it's rising to $17.75 an hour for federal contractors. Kentucky is legalizing cannabis for people with certain health conditions.
I'm happy to hear that Kentucky has moved in this direction, and we're happy to be a part of it. If the capacity is as big as I anticipate it could be, then we're going to be hiring additional people.
A hemp testing facility called KCA Labs is Kentucky's first recipient of a medical cannabis license. If you plan to continue to celebrate the new year today, make sure you plan a safe ride home. The Wausau Police Department says even a first-time drunk driving offense can receive a citation and fine. The penalties only get worse after that. Second and third offenses can include jail time. Once a person reaches 4 OWIs or an OWI involving injury or death, they are felony offenses.
More and more with the penalties through the legislature, they have been increasing to include mandatory minimum sentences, including prison time for certain high-level OWIs and OWIs involving death.
The exact prison time depends on the nature of the crime. For the 5th offense and up, you will spend a mandatory minimum of 1 year in prison. In consumer news this morning, TikTok has been fined $10 million by Venezuela's Supreme Court. The social media app is accused of failing to control the spread of viral challenges that have allegedly led to the deaths of 3 children in the country. TikTok was given 8 days to pay the fine. According to Monday's court ruling, the court said the money would be used to create a special fund to compensate the victims of the viral challenges. If you're a coffee lover like me, the new year is bringing us some bad news. The cost is likely going to get more expensive. One store in Pittsburgh is seeing a challenge with their coffee beans. These days, some coffee commodities are trading around 70% higher than a year ago. That's because supplies are down after severe drought killed plants in Brazil and Vietnam.
You're talking about wage prices going up. You're talking about fuel prices that have gone up, transportation that's gone up. It's really a whole bunch of combination of things that are actually impacting the price of coffee.
The price many consumers pay for coffee is up to about 11% from a year ago, and that daily cup is expected to get more expensive. The companies behind brands like Folgers, Dunkin' Donuts, At Home Coffee, and Nespresso have already announced price increases, and others could follow suit. As we're starting off the new year, the L.E. Phillips Memorial Public Library in Eau Claire wanted to make sure kids could celebrate without missing bedtime. The library hosted a New Year's Eve party. Kids of all ages and their families were able to participate with dancing crafts, face painting, snacks, and the countdown to the balloons yesterday.
Yeah, the kids love it. Right when it started at 10:30, there were tons of people coming through the door, just excited and running to their different activities.